Good morning. I wanted to show you something. These are almond trees. These two are relatively healthy. You can see that there's some bronzing on the upper leaves, which means that there's a slight zinc deficiency in these. But over here, you have a different concern. I mean, it's the same concern. It's still zinc deficiency. But if you look at this one, it's healthy. No problems there. No problems with this one. But then you look at this. And I'm going to zoom in a little bit so that you can actually see what is going on. Which means I need to move this around and see if I can find it again. Okay. You can see here that, yes, there is some bronzing at the top, but you can see the way these leaves are all curled around. This is severe zinc deficiency. These are seedlings. And normally this happens in more mature trees. And normally it is a result of zinc deficiency in the soil or the inability of the tree to take up the zinc that is there, usually because of cold weather or some kind of stress. Glyphosate will do it. There are lots of things that will cause a zinc deficiency. And I just wobbled it and, okay, let's try again. There we go. But you can see, let me zoom out just a little bit. Okay, you can see that this is all the way to the bottom. Every leaf, right from the bottom all the way to the top, is having the same problem. This one is fine. Does not appear to be any leaf curl or rosetting with this one. This one over here, and I don't know if you can see that. It's down here. You can't see it. Okay, I'll show you that in a minute. But this has the rosetting all the way up. Now, the parent tree, the tree that these almonds came off of, was growing in unamended, sandy soil with a very high pH. And those are some of the warning signs. Does the soil, when they're growing almond trees, does the soil have high pH? It's more likely to have a zinc deficiency. Is the soil sandy? Sand is less likely to hold zinc, which means there's less zinc available for the plants. But the way this is growing, the way this came up right from the root, and the nut is still there. I don't know if you can see that, but the nut is still there. This has only been up a matter of weeks. And right from the beginning, the very bottom leaves are all rosetted. So this suggests to me that the problem is not with the existing soil, but with the parent tree. I don't know if that's the case, but I am going to, I don't know whether to pull it or let me, this one's fine. You can see that. This one's fine. This one, there's another one down lower. But the problem, I think, was with the parent tree, not with the tree itself. I'm trying to decide whether I should just yank it. I put a zinc additive on the soil maybe a week ago. And you can see that the new leaves, let me do it this way. Okay, so if you look at the bottom of these, you can see that again, the leaves are rosetted. There are, right from the base, there are rosettes on all of the leaves. Same thing with this one. And then right here at the top, where it started to grow again, since I added the zinc to the soil, we have relatively normal leaves. So I'm debating on this larger one, on this one back here, I'm debating whether to snip it off and let it come up with new growth from the base, or to just pull it. But as I said, my guess is that because the rosetting started right from the base and it started with the first leaves from those plants, and the stunting began with the first leaves from those plants, my guess is that it is the parent plant, so I'm not sure that this is going to recover. I think there was a shortage of zinc in the seed itself, which I can understand. But if there's a shortage of zinc in the seed itself, the seedling may never recover from its deficiency. You see at the top, up just a little bit more. I put the zinc in the soil about a week ago, and there's no sign of new growth. I don't see any sign of a bush forming habit at the base, so I'm not sure whether to feed it again. It needs another treatment in about a week. I'm not sure whether to feed it again or just pull the whole thing or snip it off, like right about here, and hope that some new growth comes in from the base. This one down here, if you look, you can see that there's a new stem coming up from the base right here. This was one that I snipped off. I think it was that one. I think it was that one that I snipped off. And it's got new growth coming up from the base. So that is a viable option. This one was like this, and then the rosetting started at about this point. So this one right here, the rosetting starts right down at the base, and that behavior, that zinc deficient behavior. If you have any suggestions, or if you think that will these recover? Because my guess is that while it is feeding, especially while it is feeding off of the seed, it's not going to recover if that seed is zinc deficient. So I'm not sure if it is worth it to keep this one and try to recover it, or to or just pull it out. Because my guess is that it will also pass on some zinc dependencies, I should put it that way, to its descendants. And I'm not sure I want to go into that. I'm not sure I want to go into what might be a multi-generational issue. I will talk with you later.